This is your guide to solving linear equations. All of the equations in this video will have one or two operations, therefore just one or two steps in order to find a solution. When we are solving equations, we need to do the opposite or the inverse. So here, where we've got m plus 3 equals 9, we need to do the inverse of whatever we are doing to the unknown, the letter. Here, the opposite or inverse of add 3 is take away 3. We need to do this to both sides of the equation. Therefore, 9 take away 3 gives us 6. If we take 3 away from this side, doing the inverse or the opposite just cancels it out, therefore leaving us with just m. So the solution is m equals 6. c minus 2 equals 5. The opposite of minus 2 is add 2. So we need to do that to both sides of the equals. 5 plus 2 is 7. Adding 2 to this side cancels out the minus 2, therefore leaving us with just c. So c equals 7. 4g equals 24. Well, 4g, remember, means 4 times g. The opposite of multiplied by 4 is divide by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Dividing by 4 on this side cancels out the times by 4, leaving us with just g. Y over 5, well, this means divide by 5, so we need to do times by 5, as that's the opposite. 10 times 5 is 50. Timesing by 5 on this side cancels out the divide by 5. Therefore we get y equals 50. For the next set of equations, we're going to need to do two steps or two operations in order to solve the equation. Here we've multiplied by 2, then added 5 to equal 21. We need to do the inverse of both of these in reverse order. So we're going to do the opposite of the add 5 first, which is take away 5. 21 take away 5 is 16. If we take 5 away from this side, it cancels out the add 5, leaving us 2c. The opposite of times 2 is divide by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2c divided by 2 cancels out multiplied by 2, giving us c equals 8. For this equation, multiplied by 4, then subtract 8. So we need to do the inverse of that in reverse order. Opposite of minus 8 is add 8, giving us 12 on this side. Cancelling out gives us 4t on this side of the equals. We then need to do the opposite of times 4, so divide by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Cancels out the times 4 to give us t equals 3. For this equation, it's divide by 5, then subtract 3. So we need to do the opposite of both of those. Opposite of subtract 3 is add 3 to give us 7. And on this side, we're left with just n over 5, because the minus 3 and add 3 have cancelled. Opposite of divide by 5 is times 5. So 7 times 5 is 35. And on the left, just n. So n equals 35. For this last equation, we've swapped over the way that we've written the other equations. It's actually no different. Here, we've multiplied the u by 6, then added 3. So we do the inverse. Opposite of add 3 is minus 3, giving us 6u on this side. 27 take away 3 is 24. The opposite then of multiplied by 6 is divide by 6. So that cancels this 6 out, giving us u on this side. 24 divided by 6 is 4. It's a convention, but not one that you have to do, to normally write u equals 4, therefore putting the unknown first in our solution, but it doesn't actually matter.